Is there anything else that the president wants to accomplish in his final months in office? Because before the events of last week, it was reported that he was set to call for a series of Supreme Court reforms, including term limits, and an enforceable ethics code, a constitutional amendment eliminating broad immunity for presidents. Is this sort of still in the works, and can it be accomplished?
So what I will say is I don't have anything to announce at this time. The president certainly will share more when he's ready on those things. And he believes that if you hold high office, you're supposed to be delivering for the American people. So you should be held to a high ethics, right, and transparency. That's something that he believes. And I'm going to let him speak to that. Look, if I may, I have two stories I want to tell really quickly. The first one is I talked about what's at stake, and we talked about reproductive health care and how important it is to continue to fight for that. That's something we're going to continue to fight for. You saw Kamala Harris, the vice president, be a leader on that. There is this woman that I tell this story. Her name is Caitlin Joshua. She lives in Louisiana, southeast Louisiana. She has a daughter and a son, lives with her husband. And in 2022, right after the Dobbs decision, she had a miscarriage. She was bleeding. She was heavily in pain. She went to 2 hospitals. They denied her. There was a Louisiana abortion ban. She had to go home, suffer a miscarriage, and they were afraid for her life, she and her husband. And she's able to tell that story, and not many women are. Not many women are. So this is something that the president wants to fight for. One last thing about what he's been able to do. There's this gentleman named Stephen Hadfield. Stephen is in his 70s. He has a rare blood cancer, and he's diabetic. He could not retire because his drugs are so much. $15,000 for one, $400 a month for another, $15,000 a month for one. And because of what this president was able to do with Medicare, now they can really discuss with the pharmaceutical with prices, and also being able to pass a legislation that insulin for seniors at $35 a month. Those are the things that we have been able to do, and we will continue to do that work on behalf of the American people. That's what this president wants.
And those are things that... It's insanity of a news cycle where people will go, he's got to go, he's too old, he's too much. Where was your head when you are hearing people go at him like this as he's recovering from COVID at the same time?
So, look, this has been an interesting couple of weeks, to say the least. But what has always been the case is it's always been a privilege and an honor for me to represent this president of the United States and be the White House press secretary for this president. And at the end of the day, when you think about what he has done the last 4 years, when you think about who he has been as a human, as a person, by the time we're done, by the time we run through the finish line at the end of January, he would have done more than most presidents have done in 8 years. He would have done more in 4 years. And what we saw from this president the last couple of days was a human decency, a good man, someone who decided not to put himself first, like we've seen before, but to put the American people first and this country first. And we cannot forget... We cannot forget what happened when this president and the vice president walked into this administration. There was a once-in-a-century pandemic. He turned that around. He recharged the economy. If you think about it, this economy is leading the world. I mean, this is something, wages are up, jobs have been created, millions of jobs created, unemployment is low. We're trying to continue to lower costs, lowering prescription drugs. I mean, it goes on and on.
Looking at the press secretary, Jean, she was being asked about President Biden, why everything that is happening. She tried to explain that this moment had been a type of wow moment for them. Why President Biden was sick with recovering from COVID, and all this was happening. So she was trying to explain that President Biden have done a lot for the country. She explained about this lady from Louisiana who had 2 children, and then she had a miscarriage. She went to the hospital. The 2 hospitals refused to commit, like they had to take out the baby. So that means they have to take, that would be an abortion, because the Louisiana ban about abortion. And the woman was very frustrated. The woman went home with the husband, and they were scared that She may pass out that night, she may die. But luckily, she did not die, and they just hope. So this is what President Biden is trying to stop. All this type of thing, somebody's life. And thank God that this woman is alive to talk her story. Many people will not talk. Many people will not even have the opportunity because they would die. Many people will not even have the courage because the bitterness will be full with them. But they'll just be ashamed to come on the spotlight. But this woman was able to fulfill that and keep the spotlight. So all these things are some things that she said that and President Biden is trying to fight to put a stop on it. So President Biden is working hard behind the scene to put a stop about all this. So what do you really think? Do you support that abortion should be banned or abortion should be accepted? In a case of a scenario that somebody is dying, the health is being affected, or the fetus is being affected. Some cases they say the baby is deformed, or the baby is going to suffer all their life, so they'll just better say let's have the abortion. In the case that the woman might die together with the baby, what do you prefer? Do you prefer that the woman should die because they want to have a baby, because they have put a ban on it, or what do you really think? Let me see your opinion on the comment section. Do you really want this start 2025? Some states have already passed that ban, but what do you think as a person? Do you think that ban should be compliant to every state or just a particular state? And what can they do to take them out? Because a lot of people are losing their life daily, and even if they put about the birth control pill also that is in plan. So what are people going to do? People are going to have numerous babies that they cannot take care of, and they are talking about not giving food stamp, not giving Section 8. They want to remove all those things. So the babies that people have, so there'll be a lot of homeless people on the street. So how can they manage this situation? How will they manage it? They went ahead and talked about, she explained about one other scenario about this guy, which is Steve. The guy is sick of high blood pressure, and the guy have diabetes, and the medication is too expensive. It's 15,000 all the time. The guy don't have that type of money, so he cannot even retire. No matter he's sick, he still have to keep working because his medicine is too expensive. But you know the law that President Biden came and put on reduce medicine, the insulin price went down. So this guy now is fulfilled. He can now be able to focus on himself, and he was able to retire, and his medicine is being paid. So these are some scenarios that really do help. What do you think? What do you think? Do you support this? Can I see your opinion in the comment section? What the press secretary is talking about. Can I see your opinion about everything that's happening? Thank you very much for watching. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe and help share the video. God bless you. Please help share and like this video. Sharing and liking is going to help to give us visibility, which is going to encourage us to keep giving out videos daily. Bless you.